Good evening, it's Dukes here from the Sox, Dukes and Rock and Roll show for Cat Radio. We're in Blackpool. Lovely, lovely Blackpool, but it's freezing. We're not going to be having ice lollies or eating candy floss. Not today, it's too bloody cold. But not to worry, we're here to interview Basement Jaxx and talk about their new album, Scars, and discuss what they've been up to previously and also their up and coming tour. Good evening, Basement Jaxx. How are you both?
Very good. Good, thanks.
What was the process you went through when you decided to make your album and you get the likes of Santa Gold on, Khalees, Sam Sparrow? Did you make the music first and say these people's voices would work well with our music, or was it a combined effort?
It's always along the way, probably. The whole process is kind of, we didn't have a massive plan for the album, or probably Basement Jaxx as a whole thing. It's always been step by step.
Yeah. Our stuff is always slightly cobbled.
Yeah.
We remix ourselves.
We
take
go with
that
the
vocal,
flow.
we'll try it on that thing, it doesn't quite work, and they redo it, and everything's just sort of,
My favourite song is actually the My Turn with Lightspeed Champion.
Yeah.
So I mean, he's a singer-songwriter. Did he come to you first, or was that again?
that was someone who we'd heard about. We really liked his own material, and it seemed like someone interesting. He looked like a character, and his voice sounded nice. And we met him, and we had a couple of ideas, a couple of grooves that we played him, and we basically said, do you fancy any of these? And that one, the backing track of that, we liked.
Who are your idols musically?
People like, for me, people like King Tubby and Lee Scratch Perry and Timbaland, and Neptune's great producers. I suppose going back further from when I was growing up, I used to listen to people like Stevie Ray Vaughan and like the guitar music, Jimi Hendrix and people like that, Prince.
Me, probably, when I was young, it was Terence Trent D'Arby and James Brown and Iron Maiden, and then Mr. Fingers, he's like a deep house man from Detroit, and Lonnie Liston Smith, John Coltrane, Pharoah Sanders, he's like a jazz saxophonist, and which I think that's one of the most difficult instruments to play, because I think loads of sax music is just really just not sex music, it's just awful music.
Story time. Yeah. Tell me an interesting story about when you've been on tour. Interesting but funny.
I fell off the stage in South Africa and split my head open. I walked off the stage backwards and split my head on the concrete, which was about 15 foot below. And I came up in the crowd and I was concussed. I broke the corner off my glasses actually as well. And there was blood squirting everywhere, and they're like, "Oh, bravo! This is all part of the Where's Your Head At show thing." It's great.
Thank you very much, Basement Jaxx. It's been
Cheers.
a pleasure talking to you.
Cheers.
And looking forward to the gig tonight.
socks, doogs, and rock and roll.
This is the Basement Jaxx.
On the cat.
My name's Charlene and I'm a singer.
And my name's Rhonda and I'm a dancer.
So how's the tour been going so far?
Really well. We've kind of just started, haven't we? Done a few dates in Dublin, and the first gig was in Sweden, and we're in Glasgow tomorrow.
Sweden?
Sorry, Swindon.
What's it like touring with Basement Jaxx?
It's fun, definitely fun. It's definitely very energy filled, lively gigs. The audiences are great most of the time. Dublin's been the best so far. They're absolutely fantastic. So we're hoping that Blackpool's going to live up to that tonight as well.
And how long have you both been with Basement Jaxx for the live shows?
I'm a newbie.
You newbie?
Yeah, I started in February.
Ah,
I started in 2001.
gosh, old hand.
Been around for a
Not
while.
old.
Yeah.
So what were you doing before this then?
Well, I'm self-employed, so wherever the work takes me. But the thing I was doing just before was Into the Hoods, a West End show.
All right.
First hip-hop show in the West End ever. Just have to get that in there. And it's coming back at the South Bank, if you want to come watch it.
So obviously, with the music being high paced and energetic, you would have thought the parties, the after parties, quite manic.
We haven't really
Don't
had
have
any
after
parties,
parties.
have we? Usually end of tour, we might have a little shindig.
Yeah.
And they do tend to get, you know, quite raucous. We write songs during those shindigs as well. We've got a song about vodka, which is actually really, really great.
Toothpicks?
But and
Can we
toothpicks,
sing it? I'll beat you in.
It's kind of like a soca beat. Can you do a soca beat with your hand?
I can definitely do a soca beat. I know exactly what you mean by a soca beat. It goes a little something like this, doesn't it? Soca beat.
Yeah,
Soca beat.
yeah, that's it. That's it.
Okay,
Yeah,
you do.
Yeah, you
You
right.
do the soca. Well, thank you very much for the chat, ladies.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Guys, love your earrings.
Thank you, Top Shop. Freedom jewelry.
That's right.
Thank you very much. I'm going to give you
Nice to
both a
meet
kiss
you.
each. Always get a kiss in.
And Lightspeed Champion came across him just through MySpace. They're just setting up the barriers for the show tonight.
The barriers that we're sitting on right now.
Yeah, that's right.
Good evening, it's Dukes here from the Socks, Dukes and Rock and Roll Show. We're here to... Oh no, start again.
And I love them to shout as well.
Jump and Shout.
Yeah.
I had a remix of that on an Artful Dodger garage CD when I was about 14.
Really?
I was into garage at 14, that's how cool I used to be.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
You used to be cool. What happened, man? What's going on?
I stopped listening to garage. Talking to them about the new album, Scars, and also about their tour and what they've been up to. We do one more. Who do you want to win X Factor?
I'm standing out of this one.
No comment.
I'm biased.
No comment.
Why?
No comment.
Their new album, Scars, is out, and we're going to be discussing it along with their previous work. I'll do another take.
Regarding X Factor.
You hate it?
No comment.
It is Basement
Bit
Fire.
Jaxx. This is Basement Jaxx.
Bit.
You're watching Spitfire TV.
Yeah.
Spitfire Entertainment.
Why? Do you know he's already won it?
I don't.
Is it out yet? I don't actually know.
No.
Don't watch it.
Is socks, doogs, and rock and roll
This is the Basement Jaxx.
on the cat.
No comment.
There's something here, and I want to dig and find out.